son wrong, and he does not have capital, and he will not come through. That was my prediction, and that is definitely what happened. So I don't know. Yeah.
I have a question
Elon,
here.
as somebody who's dealt with so much controversy and bad news and stuff like that, through your whole career, what should the crypto community like? What's the way to pivot and rebuild from this? How do we project ourselves through this? Like, what would you recommend? Anyway?
Well,
Would you agree that people should?
Would
you agree, Elon, that people should get out of exchanges and be in charge of their own crypto? Because we've had so many cases now where people are losing their stuff because of dishonest people.
Yeah, I mean, as the saying goes, not your wallet, not your keys, not your wallet. So like you really do want to just keep a cold wallet, not at an exchange. It's just I mean, listen, this is just this blockchain is a ASCII string with just a long ASCII string. And do you want your ASCII string? Do you want to control your ASCII string? So just don't put it in somebody else's hands. If you like your ASCII, if you want to get that ASCII string back, then you want to, with this thing called the wallet. You want to control the password to it, not someone else.
Preach.
Yeah.
So why don't to everyone right now, if you have your crypto sitting in an exchange, withdraw it.
The rule that I make is if you have more than $150 in crypto, you can afford a $150 ledger.
So another question I have, just quickly before you go, Frank. Go ahead, Elon.
No, I would reaffirm that, which is to say that if you have crypto, you should have it in a directly accessible cold wallet, not in an exchange. That would be wise, I think.
Is Twitter looking at launching a crypto wallet?
Well, we're looking at a lot of things, but it's a crypto wallet is not soon, but it's maybe something down the road. We'll be open to it. But right now, Twitter's just got to, get the basics right. So.
By the way, I think you had the biggest laugh yesterday with all of these corporates tweeting out honest shit. I had the best fun of my life. So
and just a quick shout out, Elon. Just a quick shout out. This space, which is obviously on Twitter, is a perfect example of the power of citizen journalism. We were breaking news here, and then 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, Bloomberg or CoinDesk was reporting the story. So, what's your thoughts on Twitter's impact on citizen journalism and the impact of citizen journalism on crypto?
Yeah, I totally agree. So it's like I think we want to just elevate the voice of the people who often, if they're directly involved in something, have a better understanding of the situation than a journalist who doesn't understand the space and actually isn't there and isn't super familiar with it. And I think you can see this example when you read about anything in a newspaper and you actually know the details of what happened. It's the perspective in the newspaper is often really very wrong. But that's not true just for the things that you know about. It's true for things in general. Now I'm not trying to totally trash traditional media. There's a role for that, of course. But I think there's the information flow of the world could be much better and much more accurate with citizen journalism and in much more real time, like we're doing right now. And people can come in and comment and disagree with each other or present counter arguments, and it's great. There's this thing that just came out called Community Notes, which is I think going to be fantastic. Fact checking truth. And just generally, let's the voice of the people reign. Vox populi, vox dei. Let's not have the news be controlled by a small number of media oligopolies. Should be also be controlled by me. Just kidding.
Alex, you had a question about Dogecoin. Alex, I'll let you go next.
Hey, I actually agree with blockchain is fun, and a lot of people don't take Dogecoin seriously, but when you dive into the tech, there are some interesting use cases for sure. And I guess my question for you is twofold. Number one, what made Dogecoin specifically stand out to you for being
we know
a good
this.
use case for Twitter? And the second is, what are specific crypto-specific applications you see when it comes to social media? Because I think a lot of focus has been around decentralized finance, but obviously with you running a huge social media platform, what are ways to bring that ledger and decentralized database technology to the social realm?
Shit. Well, you had a good question and he dropped out.
Oh,
Where's Kim? Oh no, he's there. Oh no, he hasn't dropped out. Elon, you're there. You're muted. I thought you dropped out.
oh, Elon.
He's just co-host now.
He just
Sometimes it glitches when you get swapped to co-host. Guys,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about NFTs, but I mean,
Yeah, let's ask him an NFT question because definitely someone want to know what he wants to do there.
Oh God, please mention
Elon,
Vivi.
We wanted to show you a bug in Twitter, so.
Let me bring it. Let me bring it. Oh no, he's unmuted. Elon, you there?
Nope, he's not unmuted.
You've unmuted. That's a good question, by the way, Alex. Give you credit for that. In the meantime, was there any breaking news, chat or Fubar until Elon fixes his mic? Anything new with the FTX situation?
XBT, he tweeted out not too long ago. He seems to confirm that some of the funds appear to be white hats, white hat related. And he linked a couple wallets.
The multi-sig evolution. So the way it went down, first people were withdrawing to a single EOA. Didn't look like they were pulling funds into a multi-sig, which then, and a lot of people are saying that the multi-sig is actually white hat actors from within FTX.
Okay, that's good news at least.
Yeah,
that's good timing for good news. I want to see who's gonna. By the way, Chet, you're the co-host. While we're waiting for Elon's mic to work, can you go through who's requesting to speak? Because suddenly we have it went up 10x. Let's see if there's someone interesting that suddenly wants to be transparent.
Let's go.
Elon, are you there?
Elon is probably trying to connect with Tesla Bluetooth right now.
Pick me. Pick me.
Right now, just talking. You know that glitch that happens sometimes? You're talking, nobody else can hear it. It's just so funny.
Well, we know what the engineers are working on tomorrow.
One of the fascinating things too about this is just I think we're like 3 nested bankruptcies deep at this point. Voyager went under, and then FTX bought them, and then FTX went under, and bankruptcy liquidators trying to save them, and then somebody hacked them. So the blockchain just moves, I think, 5 times faster than traditional legal structures. How that interplays.
So I was with SBF about 3 weeks ago, and on stage he was just talking like it was a small dinner of 60 people, and on stage he was just kind of talking about in a really kind of egotistic way about all the acquisitions that he was making. Of course, BlockFi being one of them, and it was kind of like it was a little awkward. It was kind of like, oh yeah, we want to buy like everything, and it did feel a little bit weird. And one thing that he stressed on the stage that, in hindsight, I'm now so confused / surprised by is he stressed a couple of times how there was a true wall of separation between FTX and Alameda, and it happened a couple times in this. Let's call it. It was basically like an LP dinner plus speakers, and it's just kind of crazy to see how that all unfolded, especially like as he stressed it 3 times over the course of a 20-minute kind of keynote conversation.
Yeah, in retrospect, the pieces do seem to fit together, but yeah, when somebody's going, the bluster is certainly a tactic.
Hey,
I have a question for you, Fubar.
I interviewed her. She doesn't follow me. She came on the podcast, damn it.
Well, and everything you were saying is right on point. How do you feel though that SPF is essentially moving to KYC, all of our DeFi wallets. Debbie Scott now and John Boozman have doubled down, saying that they're still going to push the FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, bill forward, and they're saying that because it's going to be a pretty, it's going to happen after apparently the elections. What do you feel about that? Because it really looks much like Money in the Point Place. They can actually push
This is history.
potentially, or in light of this. What do you
Oh,
think?
my hip.
I think there are a lot of people with good intentions out there. I do think that there's probably a significant element of red herring. There's no worse faith than knowing you gambled away billions of customer funds and testifying in front of Congress that the actual problem people is websites need KYC instead of just basic stuff like transparent proof of reserves, verifiable finance. So certainly there are elements to move on all aspects of the space. It feels like the vast majority of significant blowups come from centralized intermediaries, truly centralized custodial aspects that don't provide enough transparency. So it feels to me that, well, certainly action on DeFi and clarity there would be helpful. The huge elephant in the room is how do you get transparent proof of reserves for custodial actors? Everything else follows on top of that.
I think the danger here, though, is that politicians inevitably kind of see this as a problem with, quote-unquote, the blockchain and, quote-unquote, cryptography, when in reality it's quite the opposite. It is the central counterparty that creates this risk, the counterparty risk that, when it's offshore and very intentionally so, you get into scenarios like this frequently. And I think the problem that I see, at least moving forward, is people will constantly blame quote-unquote crypto / Web3 for the fault of what happened here, when realistically it just wasn't that. And I think it's just really important to reiterate that the benefit of crypto is exactly to avoid situations like this, to avoid problematic fractional reserve systems, to avoid a lack of transparency, because everything's on chain, right? And we're watching things happen on chain, and we're saying to ourselves, oh, I wonder what this transaction is. The fact that that's even possible is so powerful. I mean, that's why we're all here and excited about crypto.
And
I think
thanks.
I want to add, Uber, I want to quickly add, also the fact that what all these centralized exchanges are doing is essentially what does happen in banking as well, right? Like, they're taking customers' assets and lending it out. But the problem is in crypto, because there is volatility, they are super susceptible to actually getting liquidated and, not being able to back those assets when people come for withdrawals. And I do think, instead of the onus falling on the consumers to KYC and all of that, I think it needs to be on the exchanges to actually increase their transparency, both to the customers and to the regulators, to actually show that their assets are backed one-to-one, that they have the reserves. Because otherwise, I feel like it's pretty disingenuous to blame the users and shift all the kind of, hassle of KYC and getting rid of the whole idea of Web3 and decentralization for the users, when it's actually these highly centralized entities that are constantly fucking over, because just billions of corporate greed, essentially.
That's the beauty, I think, of NFTs. NFTs have brought self-custody to the masses. I think NFTs will probably onboard 100 million people self-custody in a way that fungible tokens and centralized exchanges haven't yet. So while the initial application might appear a little juvenile, it's an incredibly powerful tool for really educating the world on what is the difference between self-custody.
Where'd Elon go?
And
Elon, no.
intermediaries.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem, though, is because of this incident and all the attention it's getting, a lot of people, especially people who are not too educated in crypto, don't even get the
Hey guys, how's it going? I am sorry, it is very bright in here. Hang on. Yeah. Happy Veterans Day. I mean, it's belated Veterans Day at this point. I will go back to that when Elon comes back up. Oh, excuse me. I have the worst heartburn in the world. Marcone, what's going on? How's it going? Let's see how many people dropped off of this. 3,000 people dropped off after Elon got off stage. He's very busy. He's running, what, like 5 different companies now? Moving on. We got Lord of the Realm says, "What's up, Randy?" Mark Hunt is the goat in spaces. I know.
Yeah, so guys, it glitched for Elon as well. So when I co-hosted him and he accepted, him and Chet both glitched, so the mic wasn't working anymore. So you could listen in. I'm not still listening in. Just thought I'd update you guys.
Oh, he might.
Everybody wants to speak, including I see 2 exchanges requesting to speak.
2 exchanges? Oh my god.
We'll keep going, guys.
I wonder who the exchanges are.
Chet, just look into if there's any updates. Just unmute and speak.
Trying to see where Elon is. I don't see him in the. I don't even know if he's here.
Guys, like, it just shows the power.
I mean, if I'm gonna try to speak still. Be good for followers, I know, because there's 50,000 people here. Yeah, this is wild. Guys, get your stuff off of exchanges. Get your stuff. Like that's stupid. I did. So I still had some OMI on GoChain. I had some GoChain OMI. I put out a poll before. I'll show you guys the poll as soon as I get. Oh, jeez. Yeah, what the hell? Darcy Donovan. I interviewed her, friend, and she doesn't follow me. We email. God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna go to the poll here and show y'all. Oh, yeah, so they. Is he back?
We usually fuck around on here, but we do have a responsibility. Chet, you're the source of truth. Did he say that, yes or no, or you're not sure?
Yes, he did say those should have been the first words out of his mouth.
Chet, you're gonna be on CNN or Fox.
Okay, he did say.
I wanna, and this is recorded unless Elon decides.
He did say Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Doge. He thinks are pretty safe.
Hear Elon say Doge to the moon?
Absolutely 100% without a question. Yeah.
All right, bro. You've heard it here first. I don't know whether we just made it. whether.
But Mario, let's not skip though. He also talked about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and he talked like let's not skip.
And a wallet, bro, and a wallet. And I think he implied that they're working on a wallet for Twitter as well. So that's.
Yeah, he said that'll take a while, but they'll do a wallet for Twitter as well. I kind of wanted to ask him about about VV, like, hey, what do you think of these NFTs? Hey, what do you think? What other cryptos do you think are good? Do you think you like something like OMI? Do you like USDT to keep things stable? What's your take on it? He has not. Man, it would have been better if I had a blue check mark. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, I had some GoChain OMI. Let me show you what's really wild about it is that so if you can see that out of 870 people 870 people voted on what OMI they have. 8% of them said that they're on GoChain OMI still, which is absolutely wild. So if we do 870 times 0.08, that's 69 people. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. That's... Is Elon back up? No, not yet. That's a lot of people that's on. What if GoChain collapses? So be advised, if you move it, you have to move it. Like for me, I moved it to Bit4x, and then I moved it from Bit4x back to a Trust Wallet that I did. I did this on Veterans Day. I did this yesterday because I'm never around my crypto anymore. My crypto is not with me. So I was in a town where I happen to have a couple of wallets, and I sent it over to Bit4x. I put it back. It costs a couple million OMI in gas fees. I had to move a lot of crypto, but it's worth it. Just get off GoChain OMI, get on the ERC20, and then go and do not keep your crypto on exchanges. That is very bad. So many people getting liquidated right now. It's disgusting. I'm gonna get out of the space because oh no, maybe I shouldn't. I'll keep on here. Steve Vender says, yo, what's up, Carlos Castrojón? VV Avatars, what's up, Randy? Let's go. Gary says, good evening, Gary O. Pele says, Omi and Musk. If he gets on and I get on at the same time, I'll ask him about it. I don't know this guy Mario an awful though. I don't know him. I'm following him now, but I don't know him. So if I don't know him, he doesn't know me. Assuming. So close, I know, right? What's up, the palace? Nigmash says it's late over there, Randy. It is. I might go back live again if I get up on stage, or if Elon comes back on, I'll keep you all posted. But yeah, Elon's pretty busy as well. I love you guys. I gotta go. Comment down below. Happy belated Veterans Day. Is it still Veterans Day in on the West Coast? I think. I gotta go, guys. I love you. Bye. Meow, 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 meow. Everyone say goodbye to Dashi. Ooh, Dashi. Ooh. Eh, eh. Good Dashi. All right, love you guys. Meow, meow. Universe. Meow.